Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to today's Astro Oracle reading for this week. If you're new to this, I'm going to tell you how it works. So, say your sun sign is Aries. I'm going to show you 3 cards for that. Then say your rising sign was Sagittarius. Then you will read those next, 3 cards to Sagittarius. And then say your moon is in Virgo. Then you're going to go back and read those 3 cards from Virgo. So you're really looking at 9 cards. Now, if you have a double sign, you're just going to be looking at the 3 for that sign. Easy to do. And if you don't know how to do this, go to astro.com and put your information in. You'll find that you'll get a very intimate, accurate reading for this week. And that'll go along with yesterday's overarching weather report when I did the Celtic cross. Okay, so this is for Aries. Let's see. So Aries, you have 3 cards in the protection position this week. You got truth be told, peace and protection, and not for you and protection. So you're going to be dealing with a situation that may not be 100% obvious to you. So then there may even be information withheld from you, so you don't have all the facts, basically. So you may be feeling like a sense of discontent and that you're chasing something that seems to be running away from you. So just step back, Aries, this week until you have more information. That's what this is saying. You don't have all the information, so it's causing you some angst. And also you're feeling like you're chasing an outcome, which is also not in your favor either. So I would just really step back until you have more information and just pay attention to what you know feels right for you. All right, so if something's off, it is. Now we're going to look at Taurus, and I'll just shuffle a little bit. And these 3 cards are for you, Taurus, for this week. Serendipity, very nice, breathe, and community. These 2 cards were part of the Celtic cross that we had for this week as well, too. So serendipity and breathe together with community means that you've actually landed in a nice place with family and friends, possibly even an intentional online community, whatever this means to you. It's actually very good. So it feels like you've lucked into something. Could even be that you found a course with people in it that you like. It's just this is a week for you to really trust that community is where you can breathe and feel good in and feel grounded and also feel like there's something fortunate about that. So that's where you're going to find it. This is the week. So it's not a week for you to be singular and disconnected. It really is jump into your community wherever that is, because something really beautiful will happen for you there. Now those are good. Let's see for Gemini. Or if this is your sun in Gemini, your rising sign, or your moon. So remember, those are the 3 cards. You first read your sun sign, then you read your ascendant or rising sign, and then you read your moon. So Gemini, let's see what's in store for you. So this is interesting. So Message in a Bottle, Treasure Island, and Co-Create are all in the protection position. So what it indicates is that if you are not tuned in to your connection to spirit, and you find yourself, scrambling for the conditions that are in front of you, you forget you're co-creating with spirit, you're taking it all on your shoulders. This may be a week for you to regroup. Interesting that this Celtic cross also kept telling us that we needed to restore our faith. That had to be number 1, that if we gave in to seeing ourselves reflected only in the conditions of the world that are temporary, we'll get lost, or we just won't be in the right place because we're not getting the right information. So this is really key also for you this week, Gemini. This is trusting that you have all the treasure that you need, and it will come to you in the way that it is kind of in the highest good for you, and you can't scramble and make things happen this week. So back to spirit, trust the signs, remember that you have everything that you need, and that you are always in co-creative partnership with spirit, the divine, conscious universe, whatever. You're not doing it alone this week. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to do these for Cancers. I like doing all these different kinds of cards. Okay, so for Cancers, let's do this. Cancer has peace. Come to the edge. Oh, and not for you. This is great. So when I see this, be at peace setting boundaries, taking the risk to set a boundary. Know what isn't for you, that's being discerning, but really risking that discernment, not going with the crowd for Cancers. You will feel very much at peace in your own skin if you take the risk and set the boundary for yourself. So this could be that you decide, okay, I'm only gonna be on the internet for an hour a day, or maybe it's, you're gonna not get involved in other people's dramas or whatever. So this is about setting a boundary that you say, this is not for me, and really being very clear about that. So this is an opportunity for you, reestablish your faith, remember, and also recognize that if you just go along with things, if you don't stand for something, you can fall for anything, basically. So don't fall for anything this week. Really set your boundaries, be very clear about that, and be at peace for doing that. Sometimes we don't set our boundaries, Cancers, because we're afraid of the consequences of setting a boundary. But the consequences of not setting a boundary with others is going to be really important for you this week, and yourself. Maybe it's also that you're not going to eat after 7 o'clock at night. That's probably for me, since I am a Cancer. Okay, now let's look at Leo. Let's go, Leo. We're going to shuffle. Okay, so for Leo, Leo is to be fair, message in a bottle in the upright position, and Treasure Island also in the upright position. So what a nice week for you, Leo. This is about the resilience and the balance in your life. You're actually on pretty good. There's a sense that you're in flow. There's the 2 water images here. You're getting messages from spirit. You're actually in very good shape when you're balancing out the actions with faith. And then we have Treasure Island, which really reminds you that the gifts from the universe are yours, right? To share. Your contribution is Treasure Island, as opposed to what you get. It's what you provide. So this is a beautiful week for Leos to shine, and to remember also that this is a week for the Leo personality to be in balance with activity as well. So nice connection to spirit, and we're seeing evidence as well. Treasure Island is a card of evidence. Okay, now we're going to go to Virgo. This is my husband's moon. Let's see. Oh, also peace. Deep knowing and higher power. Well, Virgos, you seem to have gotten the message of yesterday's Celtic cross. So peace, deep knowing, higher power, boy. If you are going to heed what we talked about in the Celtic cross reading, which is about the restoration of faith above all else, this is a beautiful week for you. You really are. When you're in touch with your higher power, you have this sense of the sacred, you have this knowingness of the sacred, and you have beautiful peace. So Virgo, pay attention to that. If you want peace, you're trusting your intuition and really doubling down on your practice, your spiritual practice. This is interesting. Okay, now let's look for Libra. Okay, let's see, Libra. Libra, a leg up, never-ending story in protection, and yang in protection. So this is an interesting reading because there's a desire always for Libras for beauty and for harmony between you and others, not just yourself. So this is about, not my circus, not my monkeys, that it's reminding you not to take action to try to fix something for someone else. This is really important, and that if you need somebody else to help you, remind you not to do that. You might want to call somebody, right? And to say, hey, I just want to make sure I don't screw this up. But truthfully, if there is drama around you, likely it's another person's projection of their unprocessed issues or stories that they want to tell the world about the fact that they're victimized or something like that. And could even be that they're projecting it onto you. So what you want to ensure is that you take no action whatsoever. And you just say, okay, this isn't mine to own. And my friend Doug used to always say that. I know this is not mine to own. These are your feelings. So you may be in a situation, family, friends, or strangers, on the internet even, like where you're just saying, you know what, I'm not going to act in this. I'm not going to act in this. And remember, the leg up is always spirit too. So you pray. We always say like, you know, God be in my mind and in my thinking, God be in my tongue and in my speaking, right? So we've always restraint of tongue and pen this week. Okay, so that was Libra. Let's take a look at Scorpio. Let's see, beautiful Scorpio. Scorpio. So Scorpio, you have to remember not to be too future focused about wanting something to happen. This is a week for you to be reminded that coming back to the present moment is really where it's at for you. Otherwise, you'll cause yourself unnecessary chaos just because you're not grounded. So the yin card always represents the feminine. It's not a passive thing, it's the choice. It is an action card of non-action. So the action required is non-action and receptivity. So consciously receptive. So if you stay in the moment, then you can be consciously receptive to the changes that you actually want. So you're calling these changes in. So some chaos is good. You know, when change always brings a teeny bit of chaos, that's actually good. So you just want to remember, stay in the now and don't go too far into the future with your desires. That's for Scorpios. Now let's take a look at Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, higher power, deep knowing, and unfinished symphony. So Sagittarius, dot your I's and cross your T's this week because you have a beautiful connection to your higher power, and you will be getting those kind of inspired thoughts for you to go back and complete the thing that you left behind. So the unfinished symphony is about it could be unprocessed emotions. It could be projects you haven't completed. It could be that you have to go over something again that you weren't clear about, you know, putting closure on something, you know, kind of putting the lid on the box. But this is very, lots of aid for you, Sagittarius. You have that beautiful connection to spirit, to your intuition, so you'll know how to put closure on something for the highest good for everyone. There you go. Now let's look at Capricorn. I love doing this. And I'm so happy you guys like it too. So we're getting so much great feedback, especially since I started doing 3 cards per sign. I used to try to whoop them out really fast, but this is actually more fun for me too. Okay, so let's talk about Capricorn. Capricorn's doing pretty good. Yeah. Oh, nice week for you, Cappies. I have lots of Capricorn friends. Yay to the sea, TikTok, and happy. You have all the time in the world, and you know it. So you are just enjoying life a day at a time this week. Happy is where you're heading. So it is claiming that in the now, being happy in spite of current conditions, in spite of everything that's happening outside of yourself. You find meaning in everything. And that's actually what all of us are being required to do, is to discover meaning and purpose, even in the most difficult situations. And Capricorn, you seem to be doing very well with that this week. And you also know there's no rush, which is really good. There is no rushing. There's no rush to any finish line. You're in it for a marathon, not a sprint. All right. Now we're going to go to Aquarius. Lots of Aquarius happening. I love all the Aquarius planets, etc. It's because I have so much Leo in my chart, so it's its opposite, but I feel really good. As soon as we went into all this Capricorn energy, I'm like, oh, I feel so good. Okay, nice Aquarius. Yes, right use of imagination this week. Even though you know you're between worlds, you know indeed that you have all that you need in order to make magic in your life. Your creativity's on full throttle right now. So, and what's great about this is that you recognize that you're on a journey and you're in flow towards an experience. Like, for example, you know the pandemic is not going to be forever. You know any kind of difficult circumstances outside you aren't going to be there forever. You're going to see this like unfold in front of you, and you're okay with that. So the Aquarius personality this week looks like, I'm good. Like you're feeling like, okay, even though I know I'm in between worlds, but I'm actually really good. And it's a great week for you to pay attention to any kind of creative project, and it will be successful. Anything that you do this week's around that's very nice. Now let's take a look, last but not least, Pisces. Our mystical Pisces people. Okay, so for Pisces, I'm going to choose milk and honey. That's nice. Blessed. Ooh, nice for you. Co-create. What a great week. So for you, Pisces, the way for you to work with the energy of this week is to be super playful. Milk and honey is all about that sense of enjoyment of life, no matter how small. Blessed is the relationship that you have, an expectation that you have a connection to a power greater than yourself that shows up in the evidence of the world as a blessing, and that you actually count your blessings as well, no matter how small they are. And then co-create is also this beautiful card of, because you already know that spirit is your partner. And this is a week where nobody has to tell you that. You really are working with your spirituality this week. You know that this is the magic right here, is not taking yourself so seriously too. That's what that milk and honey is too. And know that anything is possible when you open your connection to the universe. Okay, and before I say goodbye, I just got given this page. We have something very special to give you, and I'm going to read it and tell you it's so exciting. So we are going to be giving you a free guide, heart-centered guide for loving yourself and others. Does your heart desire more meaningful connections? After all, it's February. It's the month of love. Ascend to a higher level of energetic vibration through an abundance of love in all its forms. Did you know that love is one of the most highest vibrational states ever? And you don't have to be in a romantic relationship to benefit from this inspiring energy. So let this free, heart-expanding guide show you how. So I'm going to be giving you this beautiful guide, and here is what's included. 3 actionable tips for expanding your compassion that work. Most inspired oracle card deck for relationship messages. Crystal Spirit Oracle for the month. Colette's, meaning me, fabulous book recommendation for the month. The gratitude list that you'll need for self-compassion. Joyous ways to show generosity and care. Guided meditation for forgiveness. 5 affirmations for compassion, and so much more. All from me. I'm the world-renowned oracle card expert, according to what this says here, and best-selling author, which I know I actually am. Love is your spiritual birthright. Invite more compassion, forgiveness, and joy into your life through these amazing resources. Just click the link and put your information in, and we will send you this instantly. Hey, if you want to subscribe to my channel, just smash that thing down there and the little button will come up, and that will show you that we will be sending you a notification when our videos are coming to you. Leave a comment. We'd love to read them. Take care.